And start recording. Alright, welcome to another quick tutorial. This one is going to focus on how to use Quelea when you only have one screen output and you still want to overlay the lyrics of a song onto your OBS stream. So there's basically going to be two ways to do this. The first way would be to make Quelea go full screen with lyrics, but then you'll lose keyboard control. So you're going to have to use a cell phone, for instance, connected to the same network to remotely control the lyrics. The second option is to make Quelea's lyrics go into a tiny little box in the one corner and shift the control screen up to the other corner so you still can control it using your keyboard and mouse. But then you're obviously going to have to ask a friend to quietly do that in the corner. Anyway, let's try it out. So I've set my screen to a bit of a lower resolution so you guys can see what's going on. And as you can see, if you open Quelea, it immediately complains that you've only got one monitor. So go to Tools, Options, and Display. And make sure that the projector screen is also enabled on output 1. And as you can see, both of these are on output 1, so they are going to fight with each other a little bit, but that's okay. So if I just make a song go live, you can see we've got our lyrics. It's hiding behind this control screen, so we just have to minimize it. But as soon as we do that, I can hit the keyboard shortcuts, nothing happens. So let me show you how the remote control feature works. I'm using Alt-Tab just to switch between programs. I think on Mac it's Command and Tab. If you go to Tools and Options, go to the server settings, make sure this option, Use Remote Control, is in fact on. If it's not on already, turn it on, click OK at the bottom, and restart Quelea for the changes to take effect. I'm going to just keep that screen open, because what you want to note is this hyperlink over here. It's basically your computer's IP address and the little port that it runs a web server on. Please remember to select a password, and it is case sensitive. Alright, so just take note of this hyperlink over here. Write it down or remember it. I'm going to minimize the screen and start recording my cell phone screen to show you what I'm doing next. I'm using an Android phone, I'm using Chrome, and I'm just punching in the very same link that I saw. There, it's asking me for the password that I've selected before. I think it was just test login. And there you've got it, a little miniature remote control interface. I can click on the next lyrics, the next verse. I can look at the songs in the top right corner here. I can go to the next item, which is the next song, and still jump between the different lyrics. So that's very handy. Ask a friend or a helping hand to help you out, do the lyrics for you while you're busy. Obviously, it might take some practice beforehand. Okay, let's try the second method for in case you don't get the remote control working. Hit Alt-Tab again to go back to the control screen. Now I'm going to go to Tools and Options, Display. And we're going to still display the projector screen, but we're not going to display it full screen. We are going to display it at a custom position and portion of the screen. So I'm choosing top left corner, which is XY00, and the width and the height needs to be the same size as the base canvas size of your OBS. So I'm just going to choose a random resolution. Wait, speaking of resolutions, let me just show you this one trick. We're probably all broadcasting and streaming on 16:9 resolutions. So just search, there's a list of true 16:9 resolutions. The ones in this list highlighted in green are divisible by 8, which makes it a lot easier for your encoding software. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It makes it a lot easier for this X264 encoder software to actually encode this video when it's set to one of these divisible by 8 resolutions. So I'm going to choose 640 by 360. Alright, let's go with 640 by 360 and find the OK button at the bottom here. Might have to just restart or just refresh Quelea by going to the next set of lyrics. Alright, there you go. Now you've got your lyrics in the top left corner, which means you can still have your control screen and just drag it smaller. And you can still control the lyrics and go to the previous and next song. Use the keyboard shortcuts. By the way, there is a list of keyboard shortcuts for Quelea. I'll leave a link in the description. Now the only challenge is how to get this little tiny screen in OBS. So here's a little trick. Because we know this resolution of this tiny box in the top left corner is what we chose before. In our case it's 640 by 360. You can choose whatever resolution your internet connection would allow streaming. If we make the base canvas size in OBS the same as that size, we probably wouldn't even have to crop it. Let me show you what I mean. Go to Settings and Video and change the canvas size to 640 by 360. Make sure your output size is the same, or whatever your internet allows. I mean, you could have it different. Try and find the apply button. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've got a much smaller canvas size, and if I reset the transform on this video, just right click on it, go to transform and select reset, and I make sure that it's also in the top left corner. I don't even have to crop the screen. If I move this out of the way, you can see it perfectly fits the canvas size that I have. So there we go. Make sure you don't move any windows across or drag your mouse across this little top left corner. That's like your live corner of the screen that's being streamed over OBS. And then you can still control your lyrics using the keyboard or still using your cell phone. I think it's a great way when you only have one screen to still be able to overlay the lyrics on OBS. I hope this is a workable solution for you. If there's any hiccups or stumbling blocks, try and Google your way around it. I'm sure you'll find a solution. Cheers for now.